Hey movie lovers, Iris is here, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here with my reaction to BAFTA 2025 winners. This video includes my initial reaction as well as a very quick recap of the ceremony itself. But before we dive into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video from me. So let's start, shall we? First of all, I would like to say that I really enjoyed the ceremony itself. Like, it was an absolute pure joy watching it, and it was hosted by the one, the only David Tennant. And this girl right here, she's a very big fan of David Tennant. I mean, he is such a great actor and he's such a great performer. He is so charismatic, and the way he started the ceremony with his dancing, singing sequence of I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles was absolutely sensational. Like, I have rewatched it quite a few times afterwards because it was just very marvelous and magical even. And then he had a very nice, I think, and witty opening monologue, and I really liked how he introduced all the movies in main categories, and just in general, you know, his energy is everything that we need, and I think that he's the perfect host. Basically, he hosted the BAFTAs for the second time now, and I really hope that they will ask him to do it again next year, and I even hope that other awards will ask him to do the same, because he is sensational as a host. Like, he, as I said, he's very energetic and charismatic, and at the same time I think he's very wholesome, you know, and it was just so nice to see him and how he interacted with all the members in the audience. And yeah, like, the man stole the show and I'm here for it. So now let's talk about the winners, and I have decided that I'm going to mention each film that has received an award, and I'm just going to list those awards. And I would like to start with Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. I was so happy to see this film winning 2 awards that night. I understand that it is a British film, and like, there is a very big chance that such situation just wouldn't happen at the Oscars. So I just was very happy that this was the moment to acknowledge that movie, because I think it's so wholesome, it's so sincere, it's a pure joy to watch. It has an incredible story, very simple yet very complicated. I mean, the process of creating such movie is insanely hard, and that's why I am in awe with all claymation creators. And I understand that there is like a wild robot, and probably it has bigger chances. At the same time, I'm a very big fan of Flow, so I'm kind of rooting either for Flow or for Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl at the upcoming Oscars. So it just was very nice, you know, to see it winning, even if it's like the last award this award season. Wicked only received 2 nominations for Best Production Design and Best Costume Design, and I think both of these awards are very well deserved. I think those are the strongest and best parts of that movie. They really achieved an amazing result in both of these departments, so it was very nice to see this movie being acknowledged, and I think that potentially the same situation will happen at the Oscar. I don't think that they are going to get any more awards like in any other categories besides these ones. So next up is Dune, and Dune also received 2 awards that night. It was for Best Sound and Best Visual Effects. Again, both awards are very reasonable and very well deserved. I don't think that there are any other like strong contenders in this category for the upcoming Oscars as well. And also it was very nice that at the BAFTAs they acknowledged Denis Villeneuve, and they have nominated him as a Best Director, which we all know didn't happen at the Oscars. So it was very nice to see him attending the BAFTAs, and just in general, you know, Dune taking some awards back home, but I also really hope that with the third part, if it is going to be as good or even better maybe, we will have the same situation as with the Lord of the Rings. So fingers crossed, Dune will receive more recognition in the future. A Real Pain also received 2 awards, and it was just such a nice moment to see Jesse Eisenberg winning the award for Best Original Screenplay for the film that he has written and directed and also played the main role in it. Like, it just was amazing, probably because it was so sincere. Like, I think he didn't expect it to happen, and such moments are usually like the best moments of such awards. And of course as well, A Real Pain received the award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, but Kieran Culkin couldn't attend the ceremony, so Jesse received this award for his co-star. And I think it's very obvious that Kieran Culkin is going to win the main award at the Oscars. Now, like, I think it's very obvious, but with the screenplay, like, it's very interesting. I don't really believe that the Oscars are going to give it to A Real Pain. Like, I have this kind of feeling that the substance should get something, and maybe the substance is going to get the award for Best Original Screenplay. So another movie that received 2 awards that night was Anora, and it was such a wholesome moment when Mickey Maddison received this award for Best Actress. Like, I am rooting for Anora at every award and in every category that it is presented. And the moment she won, it was so sincere, her reaction and the reaction of her co-stars, like the way they hugged her. It was just unbelievably, I think, magical and also kind of, like, touching. And again, I would like to say very sincere. And her speech, it was so elegant and so simple, and yet you could see how grateful she is for winning this award. And she said that she hasn't prepared the speech beforehand, but still, like, I really loved her speech. And also Anora received the award for Best Casting, and I think it's a very well-deserved award because the cast of this film is marvelous, and the fact that it was a language cast, it makes it so difficult to work with. And obviously Sean Baker, director, he's a genius director, and I think he found the connection with every actor on the set, and he was able to create this story and to tell this story through a perspective of different languages. And I think it's even harder. It's hard when you make like a movie in general, but to make a movie where your characters and your actors speak a different language, I think is even harder. And that's why I think that this award is very well deserved. So the last movie that also has a language cast and which also received 2 awards was Emilia Perez. And with everything that is happening lately with Emilia Perez and with the controversy and the scandal around it, you could feel the tension in the audience as well. And when the movie received its awards, you also could feel such kind of tension in the air. Obviously, Emilia Perez received the awards for Best Supporting Actress. Zoe Saldana received this award, and she was very emotional. Although she said that she promised her children not to cry, but she was very emotional. And I kind of felt sad for her because everything that is happening around the movie, it doesn't have the connection with her performance. Like, she still delivered, I think, a very strong performance. Like, she is an actress and she did her job. So, and she has done her job, I think, very well. So she really deserved this nomination, and I think she deserved winning this award, and it means a lot for her, and I think she was probably the best out of all of them. So yeah, it's very like difficult to see what is happening with actors who took part in this film, who aren't involved in this conflict, but they still like kind of suffer the consequences of the past decisions of a particular person, obviously of Carlos Gascon. And Emilia Perez also received a award for Best Film Not in English Language. And Jacques Audiard, the director, he received this award. And I don't know, like it just, again, it felt like there was some kind of tension around it, and it wasn't, I think, very nice. I don't know what they are going to do at the Oscars, but I think now it's clear that Emilia Perez won't receive as many awards as it potentially could have. And again, it's just sad that the others, they have to suffer the consequences of those who have made their mistakes. They also, of course, had the moment to give a tribute to late actors, and Jeff Goldblum played an incredible piece on the piano, and it felt, I think, very, like, it was very wholesome again, and it was very, like, it gave this kind of warmth, I think, to it. They have done an amazing montage of pictures of actors and their most like famous role, so I really liked it. I really liked this part. And with a fellowship award, because they did give a fellowship award to Warwick Davis. I mean, this actor, he's a legend, and this award was presented to him by Tom Felton, and it was such an amazing moment. He said that he was his professor in Hogwarts, and that's basically how they have met when Tom was just 12, and just like it was just so, again, very sincere. I think like the word for BAFTA, like mine word for BAFTAs 2025 is sincere, because I really loved it. I think the whole ceremony felt very wholesome and very sincere, and that's why I like it. Like, it wasn't as pretentious as other awards, if you know what I mean. So this fellowship award was amazing. Warwick Davis, he was in Star Wars, he was in Harry Potter, and he was in so many other amazing movies that like a lot of people have watched growing up, and he's definitely a living legend, and it was very nice to see him acknowledged this way. Finally, let's talk about two films that have dominated the BAFTAs, and I'm talking about The Brutalist and Conclave. So let's start with The Brutalist, another film that has kind of a controversy around it, including the using of AI in making that film. So The Brutalist received awards for Best Actor for Adrian Brody, Best Director for Brady Corbet, Best Cinematography, and Best Original Score. And again, as it happened with Emilia Perez, when Adrian Brody received his award and when Brady Corbet received his, like, you could feel some kind of, as if they were nervous, you know, like if we compare the way they received their awards at the Golden Globes and like the way they behaved here, I think you can see a very big difference. Like, at one moment Adrian Brody was silent for just like a second, but still I noticed it. And Brady Corbet as well, like his speech wasn't as, I think, emotional. So because of this like controversy and scandal, it's just such a pity to see like these amazing creators, because Brady Corbet is a great director and Adrian Brody is an amazing actor, so it's such a pity to see them getting this kind of, you know, hate, even like hate from other people, but I do think that this film really deserves, to be acknowledged with words. And it would be very interesting to see how situation looks at the Oscars, because I think that before that controversy, being revealed, before these facts being revealed, I think that the Brutalist had like very big chances of winning at main categories at the Oscars. So it would be very interesting to see like the situation, how it will look, like how it will really look at the Oscars, And as for Conclave also received 4 nominations for Best British Film, for Best Editing, for Best Adapted Screenplay, and for Best Film, just Best Picture, So they could have just given it Best British Film because it is British, but they have given it Best Picture as well. And you know what? I'm here for it because I really loved Conclave. Like, I really loved it, and I was very happy for that film to be acknowledged at the BAFTAs. Like, it is an amazing film. I think it has a very interesting, very deep, yes, sometimes controversial story. So I think that the fact that that this film received the award for Best Adapted Screenplay is very reasonable. Like, it's a very well-deserved award. And Best Editing, again, I agree. I really loved the way this film was edited. Like, it was just a very, it was a joy to watch it. Like, it felt so very, how to say it? It didn't feel like patchwork, Some films do feel patchwork, but this film just, it just captured you, and you just were in this world, in this atmosphere with these cardinals trying to choose the next pope. So I think that yes, it all happened because of the editing, the way this film was edited. And yes, it is a British film, and I know that Edward Berger, what year was it? When All Quiet at the Western Front came out, like BAFTAs again, they gave the award for Best Picture to All Quiet on the Western Front. So you kind of can tell that British people, like British Academy, they really do love Edward Berger and his films. So this situation probably won't happen at the Oscars, but a girl can dream, because I do love this film, and if it does, I will be very happy. I am rooting for Anora to win, and by the recent awards and the awards that Anora has won already, we can see the picture for the Oscars being in favor for it. So I'm rooting for Anora, but if Conclave wins, I'm very happy. I'm a very happy girl. So, it was just nice to see Conclave winning so many awards that night, because it is a great movie, and I think that it should receive more recognition. Neither The Substance nor Sing Sing nor Complete Unknown received any awards that night, and it would be actually very interesting to see how the situation looks like at the Oscars, because I do think that at the Oscars The Substance may get some awards. I'm not sure about the categories, but I do think that the Oscars are going to present the awards to The Substance. So yeah, because it was a British award, they had a lot of British nominations, special nominations for British films. They had a British short film, a British documentary, a debut. I think it was a director debut, and a Rising Star Award, which they present to rising stars, and I think it's actually very nice that they do it. So just in general, as I said, this ceremony was so wholesome, honestly, and David Tennant, this star, he shined so bright that night, and I think ever since Ryan Gosling performing I'm Just Ken at the Oscars last year. Like, this is the greatest, I think, award. I mean, like the opening part, like the number, dancing number, or singing number, since like Ryan Gosling performing I'm Just Ken at the Oscars. Like, it was sensational. I loved it so much. Like, it was so energetic, and as I said, like, the whole ceremony felt very wholesome, very sincere. I really enjoyed watching it, like, I really did. And I really think that the Oscars, they need to try hard, because the ceremonies, like the Oscar ceremonies, they usually aren't as warm, you know, and I think they are more pretentious in some ways. So let's see if they can surprise us this time. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments, do you agree with the BAFTA picks, and who would you like to see winning at the upcoming Oscars? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, it really means a lot to me, and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you again very soon in my next video.